The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi there. Welcome to a recorded summary of the webinar, The Disruptive HR Leader and How HR Facilitates a Competitive Advantage in Times of Increasing Change. This recording is a shortened version of the original webinar. My name is Anton van der Walt, and as a leadership expert, I'm passionate about developing global leaders. I have a particular interest in helping to shape the future of HR. The question is, can HR be the disruptive element in leadership, and can HR facilitate a competitive advantage by inspiring, motivating, and engaging teams in times of increasing change? If we look at the burning platform, a key finding in the 2017 PwC Global CEO Survey is that CEOs think it is the end of HR as we know it. In fact, 7 out of 10 CEOs in Australia and 60% globally agree that they are on rethinking the HR function. There'll be a significant level of workplace upheaval ahead, and according to the CEO survey, they see reshaping the HR function as a way of providing a competitive advantage. I'm sure you'd agree with me that HR is at this juncture. There are several factors influencing the future of HR. It is up to the leaders and our teams to take up this challenge. Build a future. HR requires a new face in leadership. It is the emergence of the disruptive HR leader to create a competitive HR. The impact of HR at a global level is valued in the billions of dollars. Leaders must inspire their teams to future-proof in disruptive industries, and HR can serve as just such a catalyst. I frequently talk to human resources executives, managers, and analysts, and they tell me that there are a number of realities that they have to deal with every day, and they feel that they are unable to escape from this. This is what's framing their lives, some to do with work, some with realities, and others with a lot of perceptions. But HR is required to become competitive. And what do we mean by being competitive? It is getting the HR function and the team on a competitive footing in terms of the benchmark market. And equally, it's getting HR supporting the broader company to become more competitive. I came across a great article from McKinsey on the future of HR in the oil and gas industry. They made some great observations, and I think applicable across the range in all industries. They wrote that at a time of rapid advances in artificial intelligence, automation, and human-machine interaction, people and people issues will remain core to companies. The article continued that HR's strategic importance is increasing. In particular, the CHRO, or Chief Human Resources Officer, will emerge as a top advisor to the CEO, together with the CFO. The question is, though, where do we get time to spend on strategy? Perhaps some of those answers are explained in artificial intelligence and cognitive technologies. There's so much progress in this field, and those organizations that do embrace AI or do not embrace AI will most certainly be left behind. AI is not the future of the workplace. It is the present. It is happening all around us. AI will transform key dimensions of HR, such as HR operations, talent acquisition, and talent development. I think allocating resources better, be the establishment of shared services functions, automate via AI, better analysis of recruitment and selection functions, or using chatbots to improve the employee and onboarding experience, create space for HR professionals to come to the fore. HR professionals have the ability to facilitate and structure thinking. This process is creating the opportunity to become an innovative HR function. As an HR function, it was a struggle a few years ago to simply get a seat at the table, to have a say, to co-create strategy, and to be part of the business. Today's HR future is about going beyond a seat at the table. If we are to go beyond this seat, then the transformation starts with its HR leaders. It is the HR leadership that has to set the example, strategy, and future. It is the leaders in HR that will move the function from push to pull. Most often, the HR functions finds itself in a reactionary mode. Day-to-day delivery of HR, be it the cycle plan, delivering the talent life cycle, etc., is a reaction to the situation in the business. This is the push. However, the pull comes from where HR delivers real value, more than what is expected. This is the tipping point for HR, where there's a pull for real value. How do we get more pull and go over the tipping point? The first level is the traditional work in HR. This is the push. It is for the most part reactive, but I must stress this stuff needs to get done, such as talent life cycle, shared services, and HR cycle plan. The operating leaders in the organization have an expectation that this work will be done and done well. Moving into the strategic HR space is crossing the tipping point from push to pull. By strategic, I do not mean setting HR strategy. This is HR proactively looking at individual development, team development, and organization development, such as helping set organization strategy and strategic organization design. The operating leaders in the organization have a requirement that this will be done, although they might not have an understanding as to how. Lastly, HR could initiate innovation. HR embraces innovative thinking that takes the function outside the traditional areas of expertise, where their skill can be stretched and challenged and impactful to the bottom line. The operating leaders in the organization are unaware of the impact HR can have on the bottom line. I can best describe this process by highlighting a case study I was involved in as I was leading the human resources function in Middle East and Africa. In early 2016 and 17, business in Middle East and Africa began to experience significant market headwinds. Currency devaluations, falling oil prices, import quotas, and regional instability were causing bleak market forecasts. There was a clear need to do something. I was supporting a global automotive company at that point, and headwinds in the market very quickly translated into falling car sales. The initial response by the leadership was to come together with a list of action recommendations and then to decide on next steps, meaning going into problem to solution mode. The HR team was at the table with the leadership team and identified an opportunity to provide a different approach. Amongst themselves, the local HR group discussed the opportunity of being innovative, questioning traditional actions, and taking thoughtful risks. When organizations face challenging business environments, HR has some frequent levers to pull, like staffing, benefits, and training. They're safe and they're comfortable, but this was not going to work. The HR team, together with operational leadership, met and discussed using the organization development change management process to purposefully guide the team through identifying, understanding, and researching the issues that could be considered to contribute to improving the company's performance. The results were staggering. Through HR facilitated sessions, untapped business streams were identified. And in addition to cost avoidance and cost reducing actions, some 150 ideas came to the table, positively impacting the business by millions of dollars. Further evidence of the impact of HR change activities was seen in the demand it created. Business leaders did not know that HR change management could be applied to the business in such a manner, and demand for HR involvement in the business initiative to facilitate and guide operational groups has grown significantly. It created a significant pull on HR skills and support in this space. It took them over the tipping point. I'm passionate about developing global leaders, and I have a particular interest in helping shape the future of HR. As a leadership expert, the greater part of my life has been spent in this field. I've worked across the globe in Africa, Asia, Middle East, Europe, helping set up businesses units in our new markets or growing businesses in mature markets. I write a lot on leadership and HR and published the book Leadership Through My Lens. My intention with this webinar is to reach as many HR professionals as possible and to assist them in maximizing their ability to become competitive and increase their impact on the business bottom line. This growth process is highly rewarding and places you at the forefront of competitive and innovative HR. I can assist in the following ways. I have a strong and results-focused mentoring program for HR professionals. This program maximizes your potential and will provide you with the tools and processes to become competitive and successful. Secondly, I build capability within the HR function through workshops, imparting tools and processes, elevating the function to a proactive and benchmark HR function, adding real value to the business. I do keynotes and lunch and learn sessions on the Disruptive HR Leader. If you would like me to assist you, you can also reach me on email or mobile number indicated on the slide or through LinkedIn message box and Skype. I'm always available to further the discussion, and I welcome any thoughts. Please feel free to contact me. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this very important topic, how HR can create disruption and become competitive. As indicated in the beginning of the webinar, you could access a comprehensive recording of the original webinar. Simply message me on LinkedIn, call me, or email me using my email address in the slide. I will gladly forward you a link to the original webinar. Thank you.